If you weren't paying really close attention, you may have missed that Rocketbook just released a new version of their water erasable synthetic notebooks. It's called the Rocketbook Flip, and it's a minor iteration to their very popular Core or Everlast notebooks, but the tweaks were enough to get me interested. So I bought both the blank as well as the dotted and lined versions in the executive size to try them out. The Rocketbook Flip is essentially the same as the Core notebooks. It has lightly dotted, lined, or blank synthetic pages with a 7-icon destination footer that works with the Rocketbook app to automatically archive your digitized notes in the cloud storage location of your choice. I have a whole video dedicated to everything you need to know about these destinations, so check that out if you want to know more. The notebook pages are sandwiched between the same thin, high-density polyethylene covers that admittedly are prone to scratching. The whole notebook is then bound together by the same plastic coil binding. The main difference is that the notebook's binding has been moved from the side to the top of the page. This is a small change, but it solves my biggest complaint about the Rocketbook notebooks: palm interference, both for left and right-handed users. With the Rocketbook notebooks, you're expected to erase and reuse your pages once they've been filled and uploaded. So they only come with between 16 and 21 double-sided pages depending on if you choose the Fusion or Core option. This keeps the notebook slim and portable, but the coil binding is definitely oversized, which always made it uncomfortable to write near the edge of the page, resulting in lost space. This is why I designed my custom bullet journal agenda templates with side titles to try and make the most of the lost space. But by moving the coil binding to the top of the page, like the company's mini Flip notebook, this problem is eliminated. It's a simple change, but it works, and I quite like it. Having said that, this has led to a few other changes that you should be aware of. While the external footprint of the Flip is nearly identical to the Core and Fusion notebooks, moving the coil has altered the aspect ratio of the usable page space, shrinking it vertically by about 14 mm in the executive size notebooks and expanding it horizontally by about 4 mm. This means you get one more full dot pattern in width, but lose 2 in length, technically reducing the available writing area, but in practice it feels like I have more space because nothing is lost to palm interference. Additionally, Rocketbook has opted for slightly different page options. You can now choose a completely blank page configuration, which is great for templates or drawings, as well as a new combined dot and lined option. The dot and line pages retain their 8 and 7 mm spacing respectively, but rather than getting either pages that are all dotted or lined on both sides, the Flip pages have one side lined and the other side dotted. This provides nice flexibility, because if you open the notebook from front to back, you'll consistently see lined pages, but in reverse you get only dotted pages. But this also means you may be out of luck if you like to write sequential notes using the backside of each page. The only place I found this to be an issue is with developing agenda templates, because sometimes I want to use back-to-back pages with the same format, so to get around this, I uncoiled my notebook and reversed a few pages here and there, also mixing in a few of the blank pages from my second Flip notebook as I saw fit. In my video on Rocketbook's mini Flip notebook, I mentioned how the coil lifts the top of the page, making it challenging to write near the edge, but I haven't found this to be an issue with the new Flip notebooks because the writing space is pulled down a bit further from the coil, which greatly reduces its impact. The biggest challenge I've had with the Flip notebook is simply navigating from one page to the next. This may sound silly, but unlike a traditional notebook where the side coil moves around to help indicate how you have to flip the notebook to get to the next page, the top coil doesn't really help at all. So if you're writing on both sides of the pages sequentially, it takes some time to figure out if you need to flip the page and rotate the book, or just rotate in order to get to the next page. Additionally, it's worth noting that there aren't any Rocketbook Capsule folio options available for the Flip yet, and I'm not sure that there will be, because it would be difficult to change pages if the top coil is restricted. So your best bet may be to use the pen station or a third-party alternative to help declutter your carry. You also lose the ability to view your notes in a 2-page portrait spread, because the Flip is really best suited to single-page work. This isn't a big deal for me because I always preferred the compact single-page workflow, but it's worth thinking about if you're interested in picking one up. All things considered, I think Rocketbook's Flip notebooks are underrated, and I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them yet because they got a really quiet launch. But I honestly think it's my favorite option of the current Rocketbook lineup. The Flip costs the same $34 or $32 as the standard Core notebooks, depending on if you opt for the letter or executive size, and I definitely haven't regretted my purchase. I plan to combine the two that I bought into one thicker notebook and use that for my daily carry moving forward because I really like the freedom of writing without any kind of palm interference. If you're interested in picking one up, check the video description below because Rocketbook has been kind enough to issue a discount code specifically for my subscribers, so make sure you save a little bit extra. Plus, purchasing through my affiliate link will help to support this channel. Otherwise, if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, leave a comment about how you would use a Rocketbook Flip, and I'll see you next time.